Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? This is going to be a quick one, that I do promise. I'm going to do one today, but Martin is busy. He's got a birthday party or something like that. So I hope you're all very well. So I just thought I'd nip on very quickly because I'm so up to my eyes in work. And basically just give you a quick update on what's happened and some of the news that's come out today. But anyway, let's see who's on. Ryan Corrie. Cal won't be here today. How come you know everything about what Cal does? I've been chatting to him on Twitter today. But he said he'd rub Pep's head with a 5p coin. Yasiso says Sancho, Jesus, Sterling, KDB, Bernardo, Rodri, Mendy, Laporte, Skriniar, Walker, Edison. Wow. Problem solved. Okay. No problem. Not problem solved at all. FA says Sancho is overrated. Yes. Isco, clearly your comment is overrated. Oh, it's already started. Only way to fix our problem is Big Dash. Oh, yeah, right. FA, Sancho only had one good season. Still a good player. But hello, Ocean Rage. How are you? FA, Sancho cost too much. Kiam's on. Happy Thursday Blues. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. Section 20. Hey, Andy, and all you Sky Blues. How are you, buddy? Yasiso says Sancho has had 3 good seasons, actually. I'm not sure he's had 3 good seasons, mate. Not in men's football. Ryan Corrie, he's had like 2 good seasons. FA sign Guaita. I'm here, but I'm ill. You're always ill. Your comments are ill. Definitely. Cal and his dodgy stats. Yeah, I know. Got a bit embarrassed about that today. Sorry about that, Cal. I had to call you out on him, buddy. Scott Williams, Afternoon Blues. Good work on the podcast section. It was a good listen. There you go, section. Scott giving you a big up there. Yassi, so Sancho and Skriniar would bring happy days back. Well, happy days could still be here, mate. We're in 3 cup competitions. Let's not go overboard. I had dodgy chicken and feel sick. Hi, fellow Blues. Peter Curry, how are you, buddy? Hope you're well. Section says Scott Williams, cheers, mate. C47, Nightmare Shark. Do you think we will sign Jeff Boland? What? Mark the Blue, hi, Andy Blues. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. The podcast was amazing. Great discussion, you fellas. Thank you very much. If you haven't listened to the podcast, go over. It's still there. It's on YouTube. It's also free to download and listen to on SoundCloud. So you don't have to listen to it all on YouTube. If you want to just go over, it's on the Man City Fan TV, SoundCloud, and the links are below the YouTube channel. So go over and check it out and listen to it. Akio Fernandez, who set up the Go and Man City Supporters Club, he's on there, as well as Section 20, who's on here. And we have a discussion about all sorts of things, about the last 3 games we played, Fulham, United, Spurs. We talk about 5 different players and whether they're worth keeping or not. We talk about where it's gone wrong this season. And finally, as we do on the podcast, we went to the golden question, where they get to ask a question to me and to the other guest, and then the other guest gets a question to ask me and the other guest. So go over and listen to it. It's really good. If I say so myself, I really enjoyed doing the podcast. It was a lot of fun. There you go. So if you want to come on the podcast, send us an email. And we keep saying this. If you remember, this is not via video. So it's not like you're online on video. Your face is on there. It's just your voice. We only record your voice. So you don't have to put your face out there if you don't want to. But send us an email to mcfcfantv@gmail.com. And if it's something you're interested in, then we always do them. Maybe not every single week, but we do them mainly after a run of a couple of games. So obviously, we're going to do another one next week, I think, probably Monday, I'm guessing, after the West Ham game on Sunday. And then there is a break because City are not playing then until a week later. I go away overseas for a couple of weeks. So I am flying back into London via Dubai. So I'll make sure the morning of the cup final, I'll be flying. I've made sure the client books me my flights out and in to Heathrow on the 1st of March. So I'm there early hours, Monday or Sunday morning, so I can drive then from Heathrow to Wembley. So I'm there. So if you're at Wembley, make sure you come over and say hello to me and Marty. But anyway, I would say a good comeback, but I'm dying. Hi Andy, how are you today? I'm good, mate. How are you? Happy days in ref. I'm fighting for the Prem. 2003-2020, Andy killed me on Twitter. I did kill you today, mate. But you did ask for it. If you're going to post stats on there and they're not true, I'm going to come back with the official stats, which prove that Sergio Aguero has a far better stats ratio over this season and last season than Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So, but hey, it is what it is. Both are good players, but PEA has definitely not got better stats than Sergio Aguero. Lankow says, hello, all. Voice of the North, our main problem at the moment are putting our chances away. Our front three are not as deadly as Liverpool's front three when taking chances, not as clinical. Yeah, I agree with that. Cal taking more L's than Marco Silva as Everton manager. Ryan, I will burn your gin shot to the ground. You won't touch my gin shot, boy. Cal, there is no need for that. I'll grab the bouncer. I am the bouncer. God, these two they're like twit and twat, aren't they? The pair of them. Lankow, hello, says Hamza. Hello, Hamza. Ryan, you'd be such an unintimidating bouncer. Go and take that off to the Discord, your little spat. I'm trying to block every Scouse fan on Twitter before May, and you're doing a bloody good job of it. Kiam is in proper block mode at the moment on Twitter. I don't know how many that is, but it must be hundreds, I'm guessing, or maybe thousands. But anyway, let's crack on with a little bit of news, because like I said, I always say it, but this is going to be a quick one, because I've got to crack on with some work, because I am maxed out at the moment. Damn, Kiam, guess you're going to be walking alone. Right, first up, who should we start with? I'll just go down my list that I've got on here. So, right, okay. Something we were talking about, and something I've been talking about an hour or two ago with a few people on Twitter, and that is about Skriniar. Now, there are rumours that came out last night, and came out. It came out ages ago about the whole Skriniar deal. Now, the rumours that came out on social media today on Twitter were that Manchester City were apparently, and this is, I'll come back to me here, were apparently going to offer Cancelo plus 65 million euro for Skriniar. Now, I posted something on Twitter and I said, oh, well, what? That makes Skriniar worth around about 130 million euro buyout. And then I had a couple of other people posting back, well, it's not that, he's not the 130 million, it's not this, it's not that, not the other. Like Cal, I posted back saying, hold on a minute, we sold Danilo for 28 million plus we gave to Juventus, plus we gave 32 million pound for Cancelo, if the figures, depending on who's quoted, to Juventus for Cancelo. So overall, Cancelo for sale was 60 million pounds sterling, 65 million euro. Now we're going to give away a 65 million euro player plus 65 million for Skriniar, which makes Skriniar a 130 million euro player. No chance, absolutely no chance in a million years, unless, and this is the caveat, unless City just thinks that they've not been impressed with Cancelo whatsoever, and they're going to put it down to a Mangala type of sign and go, what a way, that we'll just put it down as a poor purchase. Let's say we got rid of a Brazilian international, a very, very flexible player in Danilo, albeit maybe Danilo didn't want to stay, so City couldn't have done anything about it. But his fee was 28 million towards the 60 million, which was what we were quoted for initially for Cancelo. So, which meant we got rid of a 28 million pound player, paid 32 million pounds on top of that for Cancelo, who, let's face it, is an attacking right back. So we got rid of flexibility, left back, centre midfield, right back, for, let's face it, not a great defender, somebody who's a little bit attacking. and paid £32 million extra for that. So overall, the figures are we did actually sign Cancelo in reality for €65 million. But then we're going to pay another €65 million on top for Skriniar. He's a good player, but €130 million, absolutely no chance. Unless City really think they've cocked up big style in signing Cancelo. Now, I said last summer when I did the Cancelo review on him before City even bought him, that it wasn't a signing that we needed, not a signing we should have been going after. And the three independent sort of analysts who I quoted spoke all about Cancelo, said, can't defend, gets tactically defensive-wise, he's all over the place. Decent going forward, but I'm not sure we've really seen him decent going forward. He's done all right in games. Well, not somebody who you think, wow, €60 million type of player, 50 or £60 million type of player. Not for me whatsoever. And I cannot see, unless, like I said, unless City really want to think we need to cut our losses here because we've made a massive cock up. I can't see us giving Inter Milan €65 million plus Cancelo just for Skriniar. As much as I think he's a good player and like him at the club, I just can't see it happening. Pointless when we can't spend £80 million on Harry Maguire, homegrown, English. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever for me. Anyway, when I posted it on Twitter in those terms, the person who came back trying to claim it was just a $4 million net spend, blah, 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 went, oh, yeah, sorry, got my figures wrong. Bit like Cal, got his figures wrong. So I can't see that happening whatsoever. Doesn't mean to say we might not go in for Skriniar in the summer, but not for that money. Absolutely no chance. Surely €65 million or €80 million for Skriniar, full stop. But if that's the case and we're throwing Cancelo into the deal, what, is Cancelo now worth £10 million? €50 million? So what, we're going to lose €45 million on in a year on getting rid of Danilo? I know we're probably getting rid of one player's salary, but it don't make any sense to me whatsoever. But anyway, back to some of your comments quickly. Hi, Andy. Hope you're good. I'm still angry on Sunday. I'll be okay if we beat West Ham. We will, Brian. Don't worry. Me versus Ryan boxing match. Put it on the channel. Yeah, no problem with that whatsoever. Ryan and Cal are like siblings. They are. We're in an Xbox call at the moment. Anyway, Kiam, you better not block me. Sign Guaita, Ake, Diaz, Chilwell, and Sancho. As the Verve famously said, you come in on your own and you leave on your own. Absolutely. Andy, you and Martin always read all comments. You respect your followers. Absolutely. Of course we do, mate. That's what we're here for. Remember, the title of our channel is By the Fans, For the Fans. Or For the Fans, By the Fans. So, yeah, of course it is. Without you guys on the channel, it's a bit pointless. Otherwise, we're talking to ourselves and just giving our opinion, which nobody really wants to listen to. Let's face it, you want to listen to everybody's opinion, and whether we disagree, agree, don't make any difference. That's what it's all about. A bit of debating, bit of discussion, bit of argument sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that. FA, you definitely want City to get relegated. Charles Deneen is on. Hi, Andy, guys. How are you, buddy? Ryan Corrie, FA, why on earth would we sign Guaita, let alone the others? Lankow says, when we signed Cancelo, I thought he were going to play Walker at centre-back. Yeah, I think a lot of people thought that. Just hasn't transpired, has it? FA, maybe sign Sancho for a quality homegrown option. There is a possibility, but I don't think he's going to go for less than 90, 100 million quid. I think it all depends on what's happening with Leroy Sané. I think until Sané either decides he's going, tells the club he's going, or whether Sané, if Sané was to sign a new contract, there's no way we're going for Sancho. Absolutely no way. But if he's definitely going, maybe there's a possibility of, I don't know, maybe offering Sané in return for Sancho as a direct swap. Who knows? Hey, you don't ask, you don't get. Hi, pal. How much for Jesus? The Mighty Blues. How much for Jesus? What, you wanting Jesus? So he's on. Cameron's on from the Mighty Blues. If you don't know, the Mighty Blues is an Everton YouTube channel that we do previews with, and Cameron's a lovely fella, Really nice guy. But how much, I'm taking it you want Jesus and you think we're going to sell him to you? Going to have to be at least 70, 80 million quid, mate. I don't think you've got that money. We've no need for Sancho, says Ryan. Guetta, good stopper, backup for Edison. Sancho won't leave Dortmund as he left City for game time. Bravo is... hi, the Mighty Blues. Are you streaming today or is he steaming? According to Cal, he's steaming, mate. Sancho is trouble and overrated. No thanks. Yeah, I agree with that, Kiam. Charles Denis, my Sunday name today, won't let me log on in my normal one. Not sure what I've done on my laptop. Don't worry, mate. I know it's you. Bravo is a decent keeper. I think Bravo's fine. Hi, Cal. Not today, mate. We'll be live tomorrow at 5:30. So if you're an Evertonian, you want to go over and have a bit of live streaming chat with Evertonians, go over and look out for the Mighty Blues. That's Cameron, who looks after the Mighty Blues YouTube channel. Don't mind giving him a shout out because we do previews and fan channel previews with him. He's a lovely kid. So go over and support his channel, guys. Go and give it a watch, even if you're not an Evertonian. FA, Mikel from Real Sociedad. Ryan, we already have 2 backup keepers. Why would we sign another one? Yep, we have. We've already got backup keepers. Bravo, sell him. His contract is out anyway. I think FA. Yassiso Sancho has had 3 seasons with Dortmund. He was 17 coming off the bench and making stats. Last season was his first full season, and now he's into his 3rd season. So actually, he had been here for 3. Is that true? I don't think that's true. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. Quite happy to say I'm wrong on that one. I thought it was only a year, 18 months since he left City. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me just have a quick look. He left on he left on August the 31st, 2016. So he's he'll be coming up years in August. So he's had 2.5 years. So I can't remember. Is that what he said? He's had 3 seasons. No, he hasn't had 3 seasons. He's into his 3rd season. He hasn't had 3 seasons yet. So he's actually had 2 seasons plus half a season on there. So my Blues, okay, mate. I'll be there. I like Bravo. He's human. He will make mistakes, and as will Edison. We have to support him. I agree. City needs to sell some player to pay for Messi if Guardiola buys him. Guardiola won't buy anyone, Hamza. It'll be Ferran and Cheeky will be buying him, and I'm sure if which I don't think it'll ever happen, but if Messi was to come, I think sponsors would be paying for most of his salary anyway, because he is, like I said yesterday, he's got a contract until 2021, but in that contract, there is a release clause, just like the other players at Barca, that he can leave the year before on a free. So this summer, even though he's still got another year on his contract in the summer, he can leave on a free if another club comes in for him. So there you go. So we are literally taking a player that we would have to pay him a signing-on fee and his extortionate wages. Now, can we do that financially? We'll wait and see. I still think it'll all depend on what happens with FFP in the next week or 10 days. Let's see what happens with that first. FA, no chance Messi will do well in the cold. Why waste on Messi's 32? It's not about his footballing skills, Cal. Listen, nobody is... I certainly don't want to sign Messi for his just solely, which he's still a wonderful player. It's everything that goes with it. And that is probably 5 times more than just his playing skills as it stands right now. Messi can still play for another 2-3 years at the top of his game, at the top of world football. I reckon he's a player who could quite easily still be doing it at 35. But it's what the name brings, the endorsements and everything else that goes with it. The prestige and you name it. If it cost us £100 million to give him £100 million signing-on fee, we'd get that back within a year, just on recruiting, sponsorships and everything else. His wages would be paid for and everything else. So it's not just about Messi and his footballing skills, it's about everything else that comes with the name Lionel Messi. I had brain cells that passed GCSEs and got distinctions. Cal just said cheeky, little prick. in the most scouse way possible. Cancelo has done nothing wrong. He just wasn't required. It should have been centre-back. Agree with that. Hamza, thanks, bro. Lankel, that's nothing. FA. Sorry, could be Messi versus VAR. Sign homegrown players so Guardiola can improve the English national team. Mighty Blue says, thanks, mate. Hope all is well. I'd love him. Plus, I'd stop him scoring against us. Jesus, 100 million as the deposit, says BB. FA, should Muric be Bravo's replacement? Possibly. But don't forget, we've got Zach Steffen as well. He's out on loan. Him or Steffen, FA, as they're already at the club. There you go. Why go sign someone? Anyone think we should have went for Haaland? Yeah, maybe not. I'd like to see what Haaland does next season. Beyond belief, sick of these Messi stories. Total garbage. He isn't coming to City. Sign Mbappe, swapped with Jesus. Charles Deneen. Bernard says, drag Muric back. Ridiculous how he's been treated. Up the Erling brought, says Ryan. FA, your football knowledge is zero. If you bought Mbappe, FFP would destroy your club. You get a lifetime ban from buying players. 70 million bout after 18 months. Get it done. Cal says, buy big man Adam Lallana. What? Top scorer on the Burnley career mode. Voice of North, many stones. Cancelo need to go. They ain't got what it takes to get City to another level. I can't disagree with that. Beyond belief, we wish Messi come to City is a big addition. Cal, Barcelona and Madrid can spend lots and get away with FFP, so will City. BB, how did Dortmund bag Erland for 20 million euros? Why aren't we in for young, hungry strikers? Could do the same job with a million corners every game. I don't get it. Yeah, neither do I. Koulibaly? No, not for me. It's beyond belief, beyond belief. Very good, Bernard. 2.5 seasons. He had taken part of 3 seasons. Section, getting rid of Cancelo before he's had a second season is stupid. If that was how it worked, we'd never have seen Fernandinho play. CDM, yeah, good point. Cal, Madrid literally spent Ronaldo money in Barcelona, and your club have already been in trouble with FFP. Voice of the North, Messi ain't happening just like Isco. It's the annual merry-go-round. Barcelona paying $1 million a week. Isco and Messi spotted in the hand. Cal, are you a City fan? No, he's a Everton fan. Ignore the Burnley quote. BB, why does it matter to fans how much players cost or their wages? It's obscene in my lifetime, so why should I give a monkey spend 20 billion? Yeah, I agree with you. Charles Deneen, they were at JD Sports earlier buying new boots. Cancelo should stay. Cal, God, how many comments are on here? Bloody hell. Cal has just led his boyhood club to third in the Premier League with Adam Lallana as top scorer. Spend 200 million plus. Any chance City signed the wrong Mendy from France? Ferland Mendy from Madrid. Look him up. Up the Burnley. Right, bugger off you two. Otherwise, you're going to go into a timeout. I'm telling you now, that is your final warning. Both of you will be going in there if you continually talk about stupid Xbox and garbage like that. What matters to me is the price of tickets, not transfer fees or massive wages. Net spend and all that malarkey. It's garbage. Totally with you on that one, BB. Mendy giving time. Why is this channel being recommended for me? As a Spurs fan, didn't realise City fans' plastic channels exist. Oh, here we go. Right, okay then. Well, why come on? Don't just delete it like I've just done to you, Mr. A. Charles and Ian, cheers, Mr. A. It's right, because you support Spuds. YouTube felt sorry for you and showed you a decent club. Tottenham have never won the league and never will. Dang, Spurs fans talking about a league title. Mr. A, you're free to leave. He's already gone because I got rid of him. FMI, come back when Spurs win the league. Sorry, I'm late and you on. Don't worry, Charles and Ian. Mr. A, have you ever seen Tottenham win the league? Have you? Who should we sign and who should be sold? Sorry, I had to back the club I manage. You two training with the kids they're going to be training with the kids very, very shortly. And first up is Ryan, because he's continued it, which means they can go and talk to each other now on their Xboxes, the little children. So both of them can go and have a little chat to each other while I move on to the next one, which is the FA Cup. I'm going to talk about the FA Cup, a little bit of news that's come up about the 5th round of the FA Cup. So quickly moving on, because this is supposed to be a short one. The televised FA Cup 5th round fixtures have been announced with 4 games to be screened across 4 nights. Portsmouth will entertain Arsenal on Monday, the March the 2nd, while Liverpool's trip to Chelsea will be shown by BBC 24 hours later. Holders, Manchester City will travel to Hillsborough to take on Sheffield Wednesday on Wednesday, March the 4th. So there you go, Wednesday, March the 4th, and that is going to be live on the BBC. before BT Sports showed the game, Derby versus United. So there you go. March the 4th, it's going to be live on the BBC, which as you know, will mean that City won't be able to sell the tickets. That simple. If it's being shown on television, because we haven't got any fans, it's empty, you name all the usual garbage that comes up with that type of thing. So on to the next one, which is the general, and this is no news that we haven't already spoken about probably in the past, but again, for some reason, it's come out again. And that is the fact that City defender came close to leaving the club in the summer. Rumours are that he wanted to leave the club, but a failure to agree financial terms prevented the transfer to League 1 side or League 1 side AS Monaco. And this is according to Duncan Castles, famous Red, on the Transfer podcast. It's been reported by other sources that both City and Otamendi were open to a possible exit last summer, although in the end the Argentinian international stayed in Manchester. However, Duncan Castles has revealed for the first time that it was the French side AS Monaco, and that's new news. That's not news that I've heard before, because it was a Spanish team that I've quoted in the past. But apparently, according to Duncan Castle, it was AS Monaco who came closest to landing Otamendi's signature, with financial terms proving the stumbling block. As we know, ASA Monaco get no fans. They've got no money, really, if I'm being honest. That's why they sell all their best players. So clearly, they were offering nowhere near what is on at Man City. This season, Otamendi has continued with his inconsistent form of last season, a factor compounded by the departure of Kompany. And obviously, Laporte's injury. An exit in the summer is widely anticipated, although it remains to be seen if Monaco shall rekindle their interest in Nicolas Otamendi. So, only different news there is that, it's been, according to Duncan Castles, as we know, and he does, to be fair, he does have a lot of inside knowledge, whether we like him as City fans or not, being a rag, but he does have a lot of inside knowledge on what goes on in transfers, and he's saying it was ASA Monaco, which is the first I've heard of that, I must admit. So regardless, he didn't go, and clearly ASA Monaco would not pay anywhere near the salary that Nicolas Otamendi is on at Manchester City. So there you go. Mingyu Wong, I've never been training with the kids. Have you not? Have you never been training with the kids? Never? Okay. Well, there you go. You can go and have a chat to Ryan and to Cal, and you can see what it's like. Mingyu Wong. You set it up, I'll knock it out the park. There you go, buddy. Enjoy. Remove Ryan Curry is rude. City to win the title next season, it needs to prepare for that with squad strong like Liverpool. Scott Williams, kids won't be training today. They've got the U Cup tonight. Yes, it's on. And if you've got a subscription to the Man City channel that you pay your £1 or $1.99 a month, I have. I don't know whether I'll watch it, but seem to pay it every month and don't really use it, but it is live on the channel. So if you want to go over, and I might have a look at it later if I can get some work done, and go and watch a little bit of the City game. It's the Youth Cup. So go over and check it out on mancity.com. Kids will be training. Yeah, I've said that, Mingyu Wong, because you're a gentleman, mate. No, we're just giving them a little trial their section. Let him just enjoy it. They recycle the plastics before the match because we're environmentally friendly. Even though I wasn't happy that Klopp didn't turn up for the FA Cup time, I am pretty impressed with his kids playing. Liverpool's played kids on the 4th of April against when they've won the league. It's laughable that we get multimillionaire ex-players and pundits slagging off working families already stretched to their limits. These clowns get it in VIP for free while they judge. Totally with you, BB. And if you listen to my rant, that was on the previous podcast, not the one that we just put out. This is one of the things that was my biggest gripe about Manchester City, even though they've come out today and said that the Wi-Fi is going to be improved by O2 and Vodafone around the stadium, which is about bloody time because it's garbage, absolute garbage. So, it's no big deal, Man City. It should have been done 2 years ago. the amount of money we've got. So let's hope we'll see Sunday whether our live streams are improved or not, or whether it's just exactly the same. Now, I mean, United have billion non-plastic fans. According to them, define a plastic fan, lad. United fans are arrogant. Ole, clown, Solskjaer. Congrats, Mingy. Andy's so funny. Poor Mingy, bless him. No, he's just having it. It's a little bit of fun. He's never been in there. Now he's part of the group. He's part of the gang. He's actually experienced the cold training with the kids with, imagine, bless him, with Cal and with Ryan. Can you imagine that? Also, I'm not rude, I'm delightful. Also, your mother makes bad garlic bread. Ryan, why'd you do it? Ryan, why'd you make comments about people's mothers? That ain't on. You're going back training. I feel bullied. Andy, you are an icon. What a lad. FA, against Liverpool, play 3-4-3, Edison, Mendy, Laporte, Walker, Zinchenko, Rodri, De Bruyne, Cancelo, Sane, Sterling and Jesus. What, no Aguero? Really? Imagine Pep not turning up for a cup game, the coverage it would get. Can you imagine? He's got away with it big style, but we know the reasons why. Where's the upgrade on an Wi-Fi City? Well, they're not. It's just Vodafone and O2, apparently. Maybe EE will come in at some point in the next year or two. Who knows? I can't imagine it being much better, if I'm being honest with you. But the proof is in the pudding, and we'll tell you about the Wi-Fi on Sunday from the stadium. These pundits are fed up, I'm guessing that is, with silver spoon, don't know what they're grafting, how to beat Liverpool. The Etihad is like a Faraday cage when it comes to the wire. It is absolutely, considering it's like a 21st century stadium, it's shite, absolute garbage. But let's see what happens on Sunday, and we'll feed back to you, and we'll tell you what the Wi-Fi is like. Has Sterling struggled since Arteta left? Yes, he has. He's struggled basically since the Gomez incident. We all train with the kids. Well, some of you do, some of you don't. Some of you are actually respectful to other people on here. But you, your pal Ryan, are just disgusting. You are terrible. You just take the mickey. But anyway, what else have we got? Okay, we'll move on to this guy. This is not the Gabriel, our Gabriel. This is the fact that Man City apparently made contact with agent of Liga and defender to offer a offer of €45 million anticipated. And this is says Man City are contemplating a move for the Lille centre-back Gabriel and have already made contact with the player's agent, according to Duncan Castles on the Transfer podcast. So this is another Duncan Castles thing. City are yet to make an offer to Lille, but the French club are said to be anticipating a bid in the near future, with the player valued around about 40 to 45 million euro. Gabriel, 22, signed for Lille in 2017 and has represented Brazil's under-20 side. This season, he's been a mainstay at the heart of Lille's defence, helping his side to fourth position in the table. He's also played in all 6 of Lille's Champions League games this season. Defender has been linked with other Premier League sides recently, including Everton and Arsenal, now managed by Mikel Arteta. The links with the latter could suggest that Arteta had become aware of Gabriel during his time at City. At 6'3", Gabriel would add some much welcomed height to the City backline, although it's his ability on the ball that would determine whether or not the club make a move for the defender in the summer. And that comes from City Extra, who are quoting Duncan Castle's Transfer podcast. So that is Gabriel, not Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel, the 6'3" centre-back at Lille. So we'll see what happens with that one. But another one, and like I said, Duncan Castles is generally pretty decent when it comes to inside transfer news, even though people give him a right hard time, and rightly so on occasions. But he does know his stuff. He does know his stuff. So let's go back to your comments before we finish off. One way to beat Liverpool is to injure Man. Gabriel dreams can come true. Yes, so I agree. Wanna rob his gin shot with me. Sanjay J, no chance, mate. Mingy Wong, can you free me now? You're back, Mingy Wong, and welcome back to Man City Fan TV live vlog, mate. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it wasn't too cold down there. And I hope that Cal and Ryan got out of training with the kids before you went down there, because they would bore you to death. Mingyuan returns. Hey, I won't say a thing. No, you're more than welcome to say whatever you like, buddy. I just gave you a sample of what these two reprobates do and have done. Did you enjoy Mingyuan? Kiam, do you time out people? He would do if he was on here. I tell you what, Kiam is the type of person who would time out 10 times more people than I do. It's not just me, I promise. Right, moving on to the last little bit of news, and that is the fact that Man City manager Guardiola was asked about Kevin De Bruyne joining Real Madrid. And Guardiola joked Real Madrid president Florentino Perez will have to call him directly if he's interested in taking Kevin De Bruyne to the Bernabeu. De Bruyne and his Man City teammates will come face-to-face with Madrid later this month when the Champions League knockout phase gets underway, with the last 16 first leg taking place in Spain on the 26th of February before the return leg at the Etihad on March the 17th. During an interview with Spanish YouTube channel Post United, Guardiola was asked about the possibility of De Bruyne moving to Madrid and joked, "Could De Bruyne play in Madrid? Florentino will have to call me." Guardiola has failed to get beyond the quarterfinals in each of his 3 previous seasons in charge of City and has not reached a final yet. But ahead of the 2-legged tie with Madrid, Guardiola attempted to reduce the pressure on his side by saying it will not be the end of the world if City don't win the competition this season. He said, and in quote, "City was a club that for a decade wanted to just stay in the Premier League, but then suddenly they were bought and they took a leap forward and won 4 leagues in a decade. The only thing they didn't have is, or they don't have, is the Champions League, and it's normal that people ask for it. It's good that they ask for it. I will try, and if it's not this year, then next year. The world won't end if you don't win it." So the very fact that Pep Guardiola is turning around and saying, if it's not this year, it'll be next year, suggests he's going to be around to look after the whole transitional phase of the summer transfer window that's coming up soon. What else was up for some news? There was the Champions League squad, but it's really, I think it's stuff we already know. That City removed 2 players from the Champions League squad list. We've obviously got rid of 2 players. One of them is Angelino, and obviously the other one is Ian Poveda, and who joined Leeds on a permanent deal. And when it comes to the rules around it, clubs are required to submit 2 lists of players, if you don't know, an A list and a B list. Angelino was on the A list. Poveda was on the B list. On the A list has a limit of 25 players, 2 of whom must be goalkeepers. 8 of the 25 places in the A list are exclusively reserved for locally trained players. If a club has less than 8 locally trained players, the size of the squad list is reduced accordingly. A locally trained player is categorised as either a club-trained player, players who were on the club's books for 3 years between the ages of 15 and 21, or an association-trained player, players who were on another club's books in the same association for 3 years between the ages of 15 and 21. No club can have more than 4 association-trained players among their 8 local nominees on the A-list. City do not have any club-trained players in their A-list, but have 4 association-trained players in Scott Carson, Kyle Walker, John Stones and Raheem Sterling. Thus, their A-list is comprised of 21 players, not the maximum of 25. A player may be registered, it's easy for me to say, on the B list if he is born on or after the 1st of January 1998 and has been eligible to play for the club concerned for any uninterrupted period of 2 years since his 15th birthday. Clubs are entitled to register an unlimited number of players on their B list during the season, but the list must be submitted no later than 24 midnight the day before a match. The likes of Phil Foden, Eric Garcia, Taylor Howard-Bellis are eligible for City's B list, so do not need to be included on the A list and are eligible to play during the knockout phase. So City's 21-player A list comprises of the following players: Ederson, Claudio Bravo, Scott Carson, Kyle Walker, Joao Cancelo, Aymeric Laporte, Nicolas Otamendi, John Stones, Fernandinho, Benjamin Mendy, Zinchenko, Rodri, Gundogan, David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Riyad Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Leroy Sané, Raheem Sterling, Sergio Aguero, and Gabby Jesus. Other than that, we can add in the likes of Garcia, Foden, Taylor Howard, Bellis, and other players as well. So, excuse me, the likes of Ian Poveda and Angelino have been removed from that particular list for obvious reasons because they're not at the club anymore. And finally, just a little bit of news, and this was all about some players, some City fans really liked him, others didn't, and that is Samir Nasri. Obviously, sporting director of Anderlecht, Michael Verschuren, has admitted that he regrets signing the former Arsenal and Man City star Samir Nasri. The Frenchman joined the club on a free transfer in the summer, having been released by West Ham. He was one of several high-profile signings with the Belgium international. Was it? I'm trying to think of what was his name? Was it Nasser Chadli? Wasn't it? And obviously, lead star Kemar Roof also joined as well. Now, apparently, according to a report, they've not had a great time. They really haven't had a good time. Obviously, Vincent Kompany's now took a back step away from management, and his assistant has also resigned, I think, this week or last week as well. And talking to their sporting director, he said in an interview with Proximus, he said, if I had to do it again, we would we have signed Samir Nasri with what we know now? No. We're very worried about Nasser Chadli's calf injury. If we had known about it, we might have acted differently. We've been unlucky. We wanted to play more. You can get injured once, but for a second time, it's not positive whatsoever. And Anderlecht are currently 9th in the Belgium First Division. So Samir Nasri, it doesn't matter. He's like Marmite, and he's one of those players that you either love or hate him. I know some City fans love him. Some City fans don't like him. Well, his career since leaving City is not really. It's just literally gone downhill, and downhill even further. But anyway, that's all the quickfire news on Man City Fan TV today. But let me just go back to your last couple of points. I know there's been a big jump and a load of comments in there, and I do appreciate all your comments, but to go back and spend 20 minutes reading through every single comment is going to take forever. Let me just go back and see a few of them. What the hell have I missed here, says Martin. All right, Andy, less with the insults. More chance of me signing for City than Messi, says Kiam. It's all kicking off and nothing to do with me. Ryan, DDB isn't going anywhere. Will be a step back in his career. I'm getting bullied by... I don't think we'll get Messi. I think it's a typo. The club will unveil a statue of a prehistoric creature called Messi. Mingy Wong, I don't think we will ever get Messi on a free transfer unless he can fix problems with Barcelona. Martin, come in the Discord today. KDB last game doesn't play good. To be honest, Foden and Tommy Doyle are homegrown players. Big up Carson, best keeper. Mingy Wong, young Guardiola would kidnap him from Barcelona. Always remember Nasri setting up that Tevez goal. I'll beat Chelsea in the 2012 running it do. And he had some wonderful games, BB. He really was a very technically brilliant player. Just didn't really do it consistently. We should let Kompany come back, says Will Dickinson. I don't want the Slovakian Phil Jones. Kompany has his own project. Good luck to him. Do you think Kompany will come back? I think he will do at some point, but not right now. Love Nasri, but never had a chance to play often. See Andy and all you Sky Blues. Take care, John. Hope you're well. Guys, listen, that's just a quick roundup. I said it was going to be quick, and I've gone way over what I said it was going to be. My wife's going to go mental because she's trying to do some cooking and stuff like that. But anyway, listen, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Thank you, everybody, for coming on the channel. And just a quick news update. Hope you've enjoyed that. Nice little bit of banter between everyone on there. If I put you in a timeout, you know most of the time if it's people I know, it's a bit of banter and it's just a bit of joking around. If I remove you from the channel, it's because you've been really rude, racist or swearing or really offended somebody. So that's the only reason why we would remove somebody from the channel. But everyone needs to train with the kids at some time. And Mingy Wong, there you go, buddy. You've had your chance. And that was only just to give you a sample, because you did nothing wrong, buddy, so don't worry about it. Hello and goodbye all. I'm off out. Great vlog. I'm betting Andy. CTID Will Dickinson. Yeah, come on, Will. Make sure you come back on the next vlogs, mate. It's good to have you on. Cheers, Andy. See you later, guys. Have a great night. Good night, Andy. Sweet dreams. Yes, if I can get work out of my mind. So it's going to be a busy couple of weeks for me. But anyway, not banter with me. No, it's not banter with you, because you can't banter. Simple as that. But anyway, listen, take care if you're not a subscriber. Good day, Blue. See you later, Will Dickinson. Cheers, Andy. Don't forget to thumbs up. Yeah, good point. Give it a thumbs up, guys, if you like what you hear, you like what you watch. Don't forget there's Martin's vlog from last night. Was it Martin or was it me? No, it was me last night, wasn't it? There's the podcast, sorry, that we did and the Premier League predictions video as well. Go over and check out our Discord channel if you're not on there. All the links are below the videos, especially the Premier League predictions. Is the link to the Man City Fan TV Discord channel, so you can go over and interact with these reprobates if you want to go over there and chat with them. Kiam, Sandy's turn to train with the kids, I think. Yeah, right. Kiam can't put me in a timeout, and neither can you. So there you go. But anyway, guys, don't forget, like and subscribe. Appreciate that, Will Dickinson. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow at some point. I'm thinking Martin's back tomorrow. Yes, he is. Martin says he's back. There you go. So Martin will be back. No problem, Kiam. He's the best. Take care, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell icon. We're nearly at 12,000 subscribers. And yeah, have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining us. And we'll see you soon.